Well, in less than an hour, the UN Security Council is set to hold a private meeting on the crisis in Haiti. A police union spokesperson says several police stations in the capital are under attack from violent gangs. The police academy in Port-au-Prince, where hundreds of cadets are stationed, has also reportedly been targeted. The union spokesperson telling CNN Port-au-Prince has been handed to the gangs. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Ariel Henry has surfaced in Puerto Rico. Now, one gang leader is warning that if Henry doesn't step down, Haiti will, quote, suffer a genocide. And that stark warning is from Jimmy Cherizier, known as Barbecue, the capital's most notorious gang leader. Photographer Giles Clark visited Cherizier, documenting him just days before his rampage began, calling him a defiant face of Haitian resistance. You're looking at some of his photos right there. Clark says Cherizier's intention is to have a seat at the table and see Haiti run itself without interference. Giles Clark joins me now from New York with more. Giles, welcome to the show. I mean, the very fact that the Prime Minister can't come back to Haiti, can't land in Haiti, really illustrates just how dire it is. You've come face to face with this gang leader, Barbecue as he's known. What does he want? I mean, what do these gangs want to see?
I think after years of chaos and instability in the country and political corruption, the gangs have formed themselves into these sort of unions of power. And many of them, in the case of Barbecue, he sees himself as somebody who can pull Haitians out of this current, a former police officer, of course he is. So he has this sort of training and he has the backing of a lot of the inside police anyway. So it's a very shady situation in terms of how they were formed. But where they are now is they want themselves, they want to be at the seat of political power. They want
seat
to
of political power, yeah. They want to be on the table. Does that mean he wants to be Prime Minister? He wants to, or he wants to be part of the negotiations for the future of his country?
I would have thought it'd be the latter.
Right.
Yes, certainly the latter, because I think where they stand is that, I mean, he really does come from a background of running a gang, really. That's his thing, and he has the political backing of a potential person in the shadows here, Guy Philippe, who came back from the States in last year in 2023, having been imprisoned for a few years. So I think there's an alliance going on there. I also think that there's going to be this union of the larger gangs. That means that Port-au-Prince really is at their mercy. And that's how it is at the moment. When I photographed him, I went into his area, and he's sort of Robin Hood type character, really. I mean, he's building schools. He's looking after. He wants clean water. He wants to try and sort out libraries and strange things like that that you wouldn't have thought a gang leader would usually do. So he's a sort of anomaly, really. He's definitely an interesting character, but he's very much in charge right now.
Yeah, it's interesting to compare Robin Hood and wants kind of social justice, but at the same time, we've seen so much violence, right? Extreme violence from these gangs. And there are dozens, Giles, dozens of these gangs. Yeah. And largely, from what I understand, they've been grouped into like competing alliances. So are we to assume now, Giles, that they're working together in this rebellion to unseat the government? Is that right? Or are they still competing with each other?
Well, bear in mind, there's 200 or so gangs in Haiti, and half of those are in Port-au-Prince. And then you break that down, there's the larger gangs, 30 or 40 larger gangs. There is at the moment, apparently, some kind of alliance that's sort of giving them the sort of unity towards fighting this fight together. But it's such a shifting landscape, the power struggle there. For the moment, Cherizier is saying that it's a united front against a corrupt political system. So that's where they are at the moment. But this could all change tomorrow. And the other thing with the mass breakout, with 3,500 people inmates who escaped through Cherizier's what one assumes his leadership. That adds another whole sort of problem to the equation, because you've got even more sort of criminal elements. It's just very difficult. But you've got the police resigning. You've got and you've got a president or prime minister, sorry, who can't even get back into the country. So
yeah, I mean, and the prime minister, of course, was, I believe, in Kenya trying to get these Kenyan forces, right? I think it was about 1,000 or so to secure the deployment of about 1,000 Kenyan police officers, right, to Haiti. I mean, 1,000, that number alone doesn't seem like it goes far enough. Did you, I mean, what Haitians, what do you think Haitians would take of that 1,000 Kenyan police force in the country? Would they welcome it?
Every Haitian I spoke to from different parts of the social structure do not support it. Some support the fact they need the peace, obviously. I mean, they all support they need the peace, but some support they need some way of stopping these gangs. Other gangs, vigilante gangs within the Haitian population have sprung up, like the Bois-Calais. These are vigilante gangs. Cherizier certainly made it very clear to me personally. He said, I don't want to have anybody coming in here and telling us how to run Haiti. You know, the reason why a lot of these gangs in the last 6 months or so have really caused all this trouble is that they're trying to intimidate, I believe. They're trying to intimidate any foreign outside influence. They don't want to have a multinational deployment put into their backyard. So it's originally it was 1,000. I believe it's up to 5,000 now. So it's a very unknown. It's still a very unknown thing. But the Prime Minister Ariel Henry was actually in Kenya when this uprising began on the 27th. So it's that alone is a message.
That is a message, and we've seen so many. I mean, 300,000 Haitians who have been forced to flee their homes. The situation is, and we've heard from doctors on the ground, how dire it is. It seems that this is another turning point. Giles, really appreciate you taking the time to speak to us, and fabulous photos. Hard to look at times, but really fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lisa.